July, baby. Hold on, let me make sure I'm centered on the screen. Oh boy, I look good. Make sure audio is going. Check. What's happening, everybody? We made it through July. July freaking sucked. I'm not even gonna lie. I think July was probably the worst month in the stock market so far this year. But I was able to survive. So this is the July 2026 trading recap. If you're new here, my name is JP and I am documenting the process of becoming a day trader. I've been trading the stock market for a little over 3 years now, and I'm doing my best to just share the authentic journey of what it takes to become a day trader. So let's get right into it. Let's review the goals that I had for the month of July. Number one, maintaining healthy habits outside of trading. In the month of June, one of my biggest priorities was to establish really healthy habits outside of trading. Prayer, scripture reading, community, eating well, sleeping well, working out. I started running, all of these things. And it was my goal for July to actually make those a consistent priority. And this was honestly very, very hard to stick to. My schedule and my ministry job made it really hard, especially because we had some really big events and trips. Those things consumed a lot of my time. I had a really hard time keeping a healthy and consistent sleep schedule. My sleep was kind of all over the place, and I'm still recovering from a lot of those trips. I think I only worked out once 2 weeks in a row, which is very much not good, but that's just the ebb and flow of life. So I kind of missed the mark a little bit on goal number one. Number two, no big losses. One of the patterns that I noticed in my trading is that I would have really good winning months and consistent profits, but for some reason I would just let myself take a big loss at some point in the month, and that would erase a majority of my profits. So one of the biggest areas for growth for me this month was having no big losses that stood out. And as I'll show you in my stats, I was able to keep my losses a lot smaller than my wins, which is a huge win. This was probably the biggest area of growth for me this month, and I'm really proud of that. Number three, focusing on good setups only. This was especially hard to do in the month of July because price action was just so freaking bad. If you're a trader, you know, holy moly, price action, especially on the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, it was just booty, honestly. So because price action was not super great, I took some lower quality setups, and for the majority, I was able to manage my risk well by sizing down. But I think there were definitely some days where I could have just gone without trading because the setups were just not forming. They were just not there. There was very little follow through on price action. So definitely have a little bit of work to do there. But July's price action definitely tested my discipline. Man, it tested my patience. Holy moly, bro. It tested my quality of entries. It tested everything. It was a freaking brutal month. Number four, holding on to my winners. This was also a little bit hard to figure out this month because in the month of June, I feel like there was a lot more follow through on price action. And so I was able to, take a good entry and then add to my winners as they were progressing. But I feel like in July, I would take a good entry and then it would kind of move like this. I think with the uncertainty, I'm okay with the trade-off of not adding to higher risk setups. But also I don't want to make it a habit of taking big positions on losing trades and taking small positions on winning trades. There was also a couple of trades where if I would have just taken profits instead of trying to add to my winners, I would have honestly made a pretty good amount of money this month. And so trying to find that trade-off of when I'm okay with taking profits versus when I want to add to my winners and hold those things as long as I can, I think that's still kind of a gray area for me, and I'm still working on figuring that out. Number five was to continue to overcome the doubt and fear of making trading work. I mentioned this last month, but as a trader, you understand the statistics of trading. You understand that most people are going to fail in trading, lose money. It's not going to go well. I think my confidence increased this month because I saw that there was a lot of traders that I look up to, professional, consistently profitable traders that also struggled with the price action this month. And that made me feel a little bit better about myself. I'm not going to lie. I think just realizing that trading is kind of an ever evolving ebb and flow, and it's not always going to be super pretty and straightforward entries and exits. So I think this month, the confidence that I really built in believing in myself to be able to adapt to the market conditions. I decided to size down about 50% for most of my trades, widen my stops a little bit, things like that. And so just staying adaptable and flexible, I think that's the confidence that I built in trusting myself to make those kinds of decisions now. So now let's go into the stats for the month of July. Overall, I was profitable $96 on the month. So that's an improvement from last month. My win rate is 39%. So this is quite a bit lower than last month, but here's the interesting thing. I took a total of 23 trades, 9 of them were winners and 14 of them were losers. My average loss for the month of July was negative $43. In percent, that was negative 10.8%. And my average position size for my losers was $388. For my average winning stats, my average P&L for winning trades was $78. Percentage wise, that was about 19.1%, and my average position size was 420. So as you can see, even though my win rate was about 40%, which was obviously not amazing, my average winning trade in terms of PNL and percent was almost double that of my losing trades. And my average position size for my winning trades was bigger than my average position for my losing trades. So definitely proud of those stats. I'm feeling good about the month of July, considering how terrible price action was. I'm really proud of being able to come out profitable. Even if it's just $96, I think it's just seeing the stats individually. That's what gives me a lot of hope for the future. So really quick, let's talk about some goals for August. Number one, I need to get back on my health grind. I need to get my sleep in order. It's been chaos. I feel like I really lost a lot of my discipline and just like my organization in my life in the month of July. And I really just want to lock back in and get back on that, especially when it comes to my spiritual life. I feel like because I was kind of everywhere, I didn't take as much time to really connect with the Lord and pray and just have that baseline in my life. And so I really want to focus on doing that in this month of August. And with that, of course, I want to focus on sleeping better again, eating better, working out more consistently 3 to 4 times a week. I don't have a lot going on in the month of August, thankfully, so I think I'm gonna have the time to do that. And yeah, again, just recenter outside of trading, because everything you do outside of trading affects you inside of your trading. Number two, I want to dedicate more time to just getting my psychology right again. In the month of June, I was reading a majority of the book Best Loser Wins. In July, I think I only read like 2 chapters. So in the month of August, I want to finish Best Loser Wins. I've also been wanting to read The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. I've heard it's really good for refining your psychology when it comes to trading. Definitely going to be wanting to read that book. And number three, I really just want to continue making content again. I love making content, and when I don't have time to do it, I get a little bit Anyway, that's it for the month of July recap. Feeling pretty good going into August. I have a lot of areas for growth and improvement. So if you want to follow along on the journey, feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I post mostly there. My name is JP. I will see you guys in the next video. Cut.